Hey everybody, welcome in to the L Ranch show. And today we're going to be moving some cattle around for one thing. Going to be using both of these trailers here. Getting everything set up for us. We're also going to be doing a little harvesting. After we get started here, we're going to do some soybeans and we're going to do some oats today. And that's our agenda for the day. And so we'll see if we can't get these trucks around where we need them without running over anybody or anything. Driving like a drunken truck driver there. Got a sign. Thank goodness they reset. So for right now, we're probably not going to move a lot of cattle. I'm actually using the realistic livestock mod, so I don't tend to buy, like in the old game, you would buy a ton of cattle at one time and go from there. Well, with the realistic livestock mod, what you wind up with is, since there's all this genetics and everything involved in it, you have to actually try to pick and choose your cattle a little more carefully, since you're actually looking at breeding stock. So we're going to take the old Super Duty here, head it to the shop, and pick up our smaller cattle trailer, and we're going to go from there with it. So he went the wrong way. Let's get him going the right direction. So we don't wind up chasing our tail. Next thing we need to do is, since we're going to do some harvesting, we're going to need to come over here and grab our neck set. Let's see, did I get the front one or the back one? Looks like I got the back one. So what we're going to do here is make sure we got the right one. Yep, there we go. Pull forward and grab the harvester. See if we can get it to catch. I don't want to catch. So you have automatic alignment. What you do is, I'm using a Xbox controller. If you use the right mouse button, or excuse me, the right button on here, and then hold down arrow, or down on the D-pad, it'll actually line you up so you don't have to worry. We're going to set the oats up first to do this. And probably going to take this little truck over to work with him. Has unrealistic capacity on it, but see if we can. Trying to find my new field. Let's see what we got here. It's corn. I didn't realize I had any corn ready to harvest. That's what we'll work on then. That, and we'll get my... There we go. 72 is where we're going next. And so let's get him started. I'm going to set him up on a temporary course on 72. Just going to use the one next that there. Right in here. That's going to be oats. Double check here. Yep, just get it set up for one. So what we'll do is we'll start him out headed that way. For field 72. And away he goes. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach in here and grab this other truck, and it is going to be our follower for that combine. Switch over to harvesting mode. Want to go field 72 again, which actually ties this one to the harvester that I'm sending over there. 72? Yep. 72, and then we want him to put that in our Copper Creek Homestead silo. And I'm going to activate that. There we go. Now, since we have that cornfield down in the south end, what I'm going to do is, let's hold this guy up for a second, because we got Bob here stuck in a tree. For some reason they do not like that corner. There we go. Let's jump out here, go get our truck started again. Hopefully they don't kill my music. Been trying to find some royalty-free music to play on here. It has proven to be way more difficult than I thought it should be. I'm gonna come over here and grab a harvester. and head down to that corn. And normally I would probably have silage to that corn, but I've got so much now, I'm kind of out of room, actually. There we go. Let's get our field number off that. Say 14. Should we have it set up for 1? And we'll fold him up. Get all folded up here and activate. And we're gonna grab our cat over here and send it down to 14 with him. And we're just going to have him bring this back to Copper Creek also. And we've also got our cultivator running over here in this field. Well, we did have it running in this field. Looks like he's having issues. Let's get this folded up right quick so we can make time. Again, as well as this works, you would think that it would do what it's supposed to do, i.e. switching from the headlands to the actual rows in the middle. Ooh. This tractor is really fast. But for some reason, boy, it really doesn't want to do that like it's supposed to. Again, it's not too difficult of a fix, but it is a fix. So there you go. Let's go see if anybody got started. Looks like our crew's over here. Make sure that we're that should have. Let's do this. Should have switched automatically, but he did not. So let's just little trucks wanting to misbehave. Here we go. And if we park him up here, we should get him, he should be out of the way now when they come back around the second lap. Since this field's kind of smallish, he may lap him if we're not careful. Now, let's take a look at our other one that we got. Looks like we've had a wreck down here. Yep. And as much as I'd love to roll fire department on this, I'm not gonna. Now then. Make sure everything's working right over here, and it seems to be. And since we need straw, what we'll do is bring our pickup wagon over here to run right behind all this and grab that straw for us. And that's what I was suspecting was going to happen. field is pretty steep getting in and out. Awesome sauce. So let's run back up here to the shop right quick, and we're gonna grab that. Should have a truck up here waiting right there. Oopsie. Sure, my uncle would skin me if he saw me backing like this. Let's run over to the animal dealer now. And see what we got available. I think we're going to go with Brown Swiss for this time. Usually I do Holstein, but I just kind of got a wild hair today. I'm gonna want to get at least one bull if I can get a good one, and I would prefer to have at least 3, maybe 4 cows, depending on what's out there. We'll talk through some of the realistic livestock mod stuff while we're here. Seem to be umming and ahhing more than usual today. And you don't have to do this, but I enjoy doing it, so. In fact, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense with this particular truck to do what I'm doing here, so let's just go ahead and open the animal dialogue, and we're looking at Brown Swiss. If you'll look here, it gives you their metabolism, milk production, fertility, and their meat quality on everything. And there's one crappy old cow and one average calf, so that tells me that I'm going to look at going with, yeah, not much there either. I don't like doing water buffalo. Wow. Let's do Wow, there just ain't much there. Let's come over here, see if we can. Been having problems with my gameplay. If I ever go into settings, which is what I'm doing now, let's change this to way more. And we're going to reset the animal dealer and call it good. Now, the problem that we've been having, or I've been having, is that once I go into settings, I can't get back out of settings unless I quit and come back. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game just in case. But what's been happening is the back button hasn't been working. So you can't get back out of settings once you go in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick restart. And I should be back momentarily. I'm not real sure how this is going to affect the stream. It may just go black. And that is what it's going to do. I'm going to stay here with you variably. I've had to battle with OBS a couple of times, or excuse me, not with OBS. OBS has always worked really well. It only captures what I tell it to capture, i.e. the game. It doesn't get me switching off and doing things to set the game up or anything like that. It just stays with the game while I'm doing this. Which is handy, and this is my first time actually having to shut down FS while I was streaming, which amazingly went so smooth. Well, I guess we're not back yet, but and we're back. Cool. So now let's head back over to the animal dealer. That should give us a lot more variety. Yeah, should. Here we go. Much better. Yeah, get our brown Swiss. Let's mark. Mark. 20 calves. Well, that did not help as much as I thought it might. And unmark that one. And come down here to... There we go. Looks like our Holsteins are much better on this one. Guess we're going to take what we can get today. And looks like we got one pretty decent bull there. What you can do always is you can always come back in here, and if you have to buy, you get kind of cornered into buying some of these ones that aren't as good. You can, dang it, I'm gonna wind up taking her too. You can wind up going back in and selling those less than desirable ones off. So what you can do with this is you can come there and mark these ones that you want, and then do the buy selected, and it's going to buy all of those, and it's going to drop them in your trailer. So $6,000 worth of cows today. And if we look here, we should see them in our trailer. Again, I'd rather not have gotten the Holsteins, but there just wasn't anything brown Swiss there decent. So, kind of like going to the real sale. We're going to Copper Creek. We're going to the let's go to the straw for the cows at Copper Creek. What you can do is, and we're going to need to do, is I'm going to have to come over here and grab. Normally I would do this with a semi. Why is he sitting there? Ah, I know why he's sitting there. For the same reason all these others are going to be sitting there. Is I need to restart them. Let's see if I can make this tree go away right quick. Yeah, there we go. Map Objects Hider is a savior sometimes. And we're going to turn the truck back on. Gonna have to come down here. Jump out and knock this tree down. Probably gonna have to get that one too. Nope. I do not remember where the animal. There it is. There's some. I have to open the fence, the gate. Here we go. And we want to move everybody. Driving like I'm drunk. Actually do better like this, because then it's kind of like driving a real trailer. Flip everything around. Wonder where. Need to call Gate Bart. Open it. Nope. Close those gates. So I am going to put this trailer on that side of the barn, between the barns there. Rock over there and borrow that truck for a minute. Let's just park him right here. Start him back on his route so he can get me some more TMR made. And I am going to come over here and grab one of these loading wagons. And use it to move some TMR. over to my cows. Let's check on our tractors here. I'm not sure why he's not moving. Getting close there. Ah, shoot. Looks like he's hung on a tree again. Of course he is. There we go. Got him all fixed up. Let's run back up here and check on our need to grab our tractor with our TMR. Okay. Like I said, normally I would do this with a bigger truck, but since we're got all my trucks tied up right now, I'm gonna want to check and make sure that this one's not one of the ones that I need to put a water system in. Doesn't appear to be. Hey Bessie, don't get run over. My guess is we're tangled up. And that's exactly what it is. So there we go. Let's get back down here and grab my tractor. And let's send this fellow back to park. No, don't do that. I don't understand why he does that. Well, we've unloaded the first time. See how we're doing in the corn down here. Looks like he's fixing to unload his first time. Check something while I'm here. Corn stalk. Be darned. Animal dealer. Well, that's what we'll do with those then. What gets me about some of these models is, take this Nexat for instance, you could almost take this apart, the model in game, and almost build the real thing, and it's just that good. Let's run over here and look at our cow barn stuff. I mean, you can do it from the menu. I always do it, go over, have a tendency to go to it. So one of the things that the realistic livestock mod gives you is it gives you this new panel here where you can actually go in and look at the info from your building. Tells you how much TMR we've got, and that's the 100, the more effective feed. Straw, we'll need to bring some straw over here when we get the straw off those other two fields. The other thing that you can do is you can AI your cows, which basically takes the the guesswork out of it. So are we gonna AI everybody? It's not gonna let me. guess I'm gonna have to go now and pick up the probably gonna wind it up around 5:30 today. Let's see how our corn's doing. And it looks like they're tangled up. And they are. It figures. Dummy. Oh, man. Dumb AI workers. Well, lost that. I tried to strap it down and it went away. Hmm. Well, I hate to buy more, but I guess I'm gonna have to. Hmm. Let's go. Well, I guess we're going to send him back to the house. Hmm. Very interesting. Oh well. Let's go check on our tractors again. Yeah. Might as well make a fly around the map. Everything seems to be running okay. Don't know if that's an appropriate use for the medical helicopter or not, but hey, you know. The helicopter and FS-22, I don't know what they did differently with this one, but it would actually bank. This one doesn't bank, it just rotates, which, I mean, it's fine. Just it's feels a little more realistic when it actually banks like it's supposed to. And the other thing is it works a lot like a real helicopter. If you're really pushing it hard, it wants to climb all the time. So let's head it back towards the hospital and put it away. see how we're doing down here. I believe he is on his last pass. And he is. Put him down here on 14. And we're going to set him up to do field 14. To the animal dealer. Animal dealer. And he's doing orange stalks. And away he goes. Well, guys, didn't get everything done we set out to get done, but I guess that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and hanging out and listening to me ramble. Um, we'll try to pick back up on Wednesday, looking at 4 o'clock again. Um, Probably another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours that day. See how much we can get accomplished. I hope everybody has a great evening, and God bless y'all. Take care.